So we knew it was coming then, but nevertheless, it's a headline. The first time a no-confidence vote has toppled a prime minister since 1962. Antonia is here. She's going to give us a rundown of the front pages here in France and beyond as well, Antonia.
Quite right. Yes, let's start with Libération here in France, a left-wing paper. We have the headline Veni, Vidi, Viré, with literally in which we see the back of Michel Barnier. That translates, of course, as I came, I saw, I was fired. On the front page of Le Télégramme, you have Barnier censored, Macron isolé. This, of course, as the president will now have to scramble to find someone who could possibly be a prime minister and perhaps command the kind of majority that could get a budget through. Les Echos also has the vote of no confidence on the front page with the headline, The Alliance of the Extremes. This is a reference to the strange bedfellows who emerged yesterday as the far right voted with the left on the left's vote of no confidence in the government. Let's also look abroad, as the international press has also very much taken out the popcorn. On the front page of El País, you have the story, France finds itself without a government. La Repubblica in Italy, it says France, a sucker punch from Macron, while in Germany, the front page of their web edition has an international angle. Victory for Putin, ? Is the headline. It says France is no longer a reliable partner. Le Pen now holds all the cards, and she has made no secret of how critical she is of support for Ukraine. Perhaps the best summed up, though, is in The Economist, where I don't have to translate this for you, I don't think, and I don't think I can. It says merde, ! As a summary of France's current political turmoil.
You can always Google Translate it if you don't understand. Overturned then in just under 3 months, one of the shortest serving in history, a massive failure by either Michel Barnier or the president, depending on how you look at it.
Absolutely. Absolutely one of the shortest in history. Let's look at Politico, that has a rundown of the longevity of all of the prime ministers of the Fifth Republic. Michel Barnier is an absolute champion on brevity, that's for sure. That's given rise to this cartoon on the front page of L'Opinion, in which the second runner-up in brevity, Bernard Cazeneuve, comes to see the president saying, well, since he beat my record, I'd like to give it another go. Of course, he is one of the names we have been hearing as a possible successor for the premiership. The blame game has certainly begun. L'Humanité very clearly blames, at least in part, Michel Barnier. They say he spent most of his very short time in office serving the interests of National Rally, supporting their rhetoric and grovelling to Marine Le Pen. Meanwhile, L'Opinion says this is a lose-lose situation, and they condemn the toppling of the Prime Minister and those who claim to run the country. They say France unbowed and its obsession with chaos, as well as its socialist, green and communist accomplices are to blame, as well as the National Rally, who they say are once again the populist party of disorder. Le Parisien, on the other hand, says we need to look no further for the source of the chaos than the advisers who encouraged Emmanuel Macron in his hubris of dissolving Parliament 6 months ago.
And of course, the big question now, and I'm sure the press are talking about it as well, is what on earth is going to happen next?
Well, as you've said, we're waiting to hear from the president this evening, who said he wants a new government fast. Le Figaro takes the view that the country is obviously right-wing, and the last thing we need is a prime minister from the left, perhaps unsurprisingly, from a right-wing publication. Libération, on the left, on the other hand, is focusing on what the different left-wing actors are looking for. And they say, although the left was united on the no-confidence vote, there is now a divide on the future. France Unbowed are calling for Emmanuel Macron's resignation or removal. Meanwhile, the socialists want a new Popular Front prime minister to command a majority across the centre-left, left and perhaps even centre-right. So far, we haven't seen any plans by Emmanuel Macron to do this. I think it's best summed up in this cartoon in Le Parisien, where you have the president coming to see the outgoing prime minister, and he says, do you have any idea who I could choose as a prime minister? To which Michel Barnier responds, well, that depends. Are you looking for someone who might say yes, or for someone who might be able to last? There you go.
Nicely put. Thanks very much, Antonia Kerrigan, with the papers for us there here on France 24. Always captured well in the cartoons, isn't it? That's the latest for you on the world today. A lot more coming up. We're going to be talking about Notre Dame in the next half hour as well. Of course, the big opening this weekend, so do stay with us for that if you can.